Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hits out at opposition for raising questions on airstrike in Balakot. Pradhan, Mantri, Shram, Yogi, Mandhan, Yojana to provide 3,000 rupees monthly pension to workers of unorganised sector launched. In Jammu and Kashmir, all political parties favour election to the State Assembly together with the Lok Sabha, says Election Commission. Over 96% rural households have access to toilets, reports an independent agency. 49-day-long Kumbh Mela in Prayagraj concludes. Over 24 crore devotees took holy dip. And in cricket, chasing a victory target of 251, Australia were 223 for 7 against India in 45.2 overs in second ODI at Nagpur a short while ago. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has hit out at the opposition for questioning the government on casualties in the airstrike at the terrorist camp in Pakistan's Balakot. Addressing a Vijay Sankalp rally in Dhar, Madhya Pradesh, Mr. Modi said, on the one hand, those who love the country are uniting, while on the other, those who hate Modi are questioning the government and raising doubts on the ability of brave soldiers. He said, when the country is fighting a decisive battle against terrorism, they want to mislead the nation and weaken the fight.
पहले आतंकियों को मुंहतोड़ जवाब नहीं मिल पाया और आज ये एयर स्ट्राइक और सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक पर सवाल चल रहे हैं, लेकिन जब इनकी सरकार थी तब क्या होता था? आज जिस तरह हम आतंकियों के ठिकानों पर स्ट्राइक करते हैं, आतंकियों के स्लीपर सेल पर स्ट्राइक करते हैं, लेकिन ये हर आतंकी हमले के बाद चुप बैठ जाते थे.
Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said the surgical strike in Balakot was not a military operation but only an anti-terror move backed by credible information. Talking to reporters in Chennai, she said there was no civilian casualty in the strike. She said there had been no action on the part of Pakistan in dismantling terror networks necessitating the surgical strike. When asked about the number of casualties in the strike, Ms. Sitharaman clarified that the Foreign Secretary in his briefing did not give any figure on the death toll, adding it is the government's statement on the action. The Indian Navy today dismissed Pakistan's claim that it had thwarted an attempt by an Indian submarine to enter the country's territorial waters as false propaganda. In a statement, it said Pakistan is spreading misinformation and the Indian Navy does not take cognizance of such propaganda. The Indian Navy said its deployments remain undeterred and are deployed to protect national maritime interests. The Indian Air Force today said all the Sukhoi 30 aircraft engaged in the airstrike in Pakistan landed back safely. It dismissed Pakistan's claim of shooting down a Sukhoi 30 as false, saying it appears to be a cover-up for loss of neighbouring countries' own aircraft during the combat. In a statement, the Air Force said during combat use of F-16 by PAF and multiple launches of AMRAAM were conclusively observed. It said prompt and correct tactical action by Sukhoi 30 aircraft in response to AMRAAM launch defeated the missile. Parts of the missile fell in area east of Rajouri in Jammu and Kashmir, injuring a civilian on ground. India has said mere statements on terrorism from Pakistan are not enough and it is looking for credible action. New Delhi said it will build maximum diplomatic pressure on Islamabad to act against terrorism and destroy terror camps in Pakistan and book Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar. Sources said in New Delhi that India has conveyed to the world community that the airstrike on the Jaish-e-Mohammed camp in Balakot was action against terrorism and all options are open with Pakistan on tackling terror. Sources said India will not be deterred in its war against terrorism. India is trying its best so that Azhar can be brought under the UNSC Sanction Committee 1267 by proscribing him as a global terrorist and is in talks with all permanent UNSC members, including China, in this regard. The 13th of March is the last date for any country to raise objection to put the UNSC proposal on hold to list Azhar as a UN-proscribed terrorist. On the use of F-16 aircraft by Pakistan against India, sources said the US has been investigating the matter and India has shared the evidence with the US. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan Yojana PMSYM in Gandhinagar, Gujarat today. The National Pension Scheme for workers and labourers of the unorganised sector was announced in the interim budget in February this year. It will provide monthly pension of 3,000 rupees to employees of the unorganised sector after 60 years of age. Mr. Modi also distributed the PMSYM pension cards to select beneficiaries.
इस योजना से आप ही आपके सहायक बन गए हैं और मोदी सरकार सहायक के रूप में कंधे से कंधा मिला करके आपके साथ खड़ी है। जो लोग इस योजना का लाभ उठाएंगे उन्हें 60 वर्ष की आयु के बाद 3,000 रुपये की नियमित मासिक पेंशन तय है।
The Prime Minister said the scheme is an extension of various social security schemes implemented during the last 5 years. He said 42 crore workers from unorganised sectors are eligible for this scheme by contributing 55 to 200 rupees monthly. Home Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurated a project in Dhubri district of Assam to further check illegal crossing along the Indo-Bangla border. The BOLD QIT is a project to install technical systems under the Comprehensive Integrated Border Management System, which enables BSF to equip the Indo-Bangla borders with different kinds of sensors in unfenced riverine area of Brahmaputra and its tributaries. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
पापा, हमारा पक्का घर बन जाने पर नया सामान लोगे ना?
क्या चाहिए हमारी बेटिया रानी को?
मेरे लिए एक स्टडी टेबल, चेयर और किताबें रखने के लिए एक अलमारी।
हाँ, हमारी बेटी पढ़ लिख कर बड़ी अफसर बनेगी।
क्यों रानी को झूठे सपने दिखा रहे हो?
अरे ये सच है। प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना शहरी स्कीम के अंतर्गत अब हमारे पक्के घर का अधूरा सपना होगा पूरा।
सच?
जी हाँ, अधिक जानकारी के लिए अपने स्थानीय शहरी निकाय से संपर्क करें।
हाउसिंग फॉर ऑल, सबके लिए घर, ये हमारा सपना भी है और संकल्प भी है।
चिंटू पकड़म पकड़ी खेलने के लिए निकल गया, चप्पल नहीं पड़ा, ये लग गया ना कांटा। ये था लापरवाही का नतीजा। ऐसे ही पोलियो की खुराक न लेने से पोलियो आपके बच्चे को पकड़ सकता है। अरे भाई, भारत पोलियो मुक्त है पर दुनिया नहीं। ये वायरस जो है दोबारा देश के अंदर प्रवेश कर सकता है। इसलिए जन्म से लेकर के 5 साल तक हर बार अपने बच्चे को पोलियो की खुराक दिलवाइए जरूर। 2 बूंद हर बार, जीत रहे बरकरार।
राष्ट्रीय पोलियो दिवस 10 मार्च 2019 स्वास्थ्य एवं परिवार कल्याण मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
Chief Election Commissioner of India, Sunil Arora, today said all the political parties in Jammu and Kashmir are broadly in favour of holding state assembly elections together with the Lok Sabha polls. He was addressing media persons in Jammu this evening on the culmination of a 2-day visit to the state.
Almost all political parties voiced the need to have both parliamentary and assembly elections conducted at the earliest and together. The state wishes to have a democratically elected government in place. The party representatives and public at large have full faith in the commission.
Mr. Arora said that no political party vehemently objected to the use of EVMs in the forthcoming elections in the state, though 1 or 2 parties did raise the issue. Congress has ruled out any alliance with Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi for the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. Delhi Congress Chief Sheila Dikshit told reporters today that a unanimous decision has been taken that there will be no alliance in the national capital. She made the announcement after a meeting with Congress President Rahul Gandhi. There were media reports that the two parties would forge an alliance to take on the BJP in the elections. Rashtriya Lok Dal RLD has entered into the Samajwadi Party Bahujan Samaj Party poll alliance in Uttar Pradesh. This was announced at a joint press conference by Samajwadi Party President Akhilesh Yadav and RLD Vice President Jayant Chaudhary at Lucknow today. Rashtriya Lok Dal has been given 3 seats in the alliance. The seats are Baghpat, Muzaffarnagar and Mathura in western Uttar Pradesh. As already decided, SP will contest on 37 seats and BSP on 38. 2 seats, Amethi and Raebareli, have been left for the Congress. In Tamil Nadu, Vaiko-led MDMK has been allocated one Lok Sabha constituency to contest as part of the DMK-led alliance in the state. As per an agreement signed by MK Stalin and Vaiko, a Rajya Sabha seat from the state will also be allocated to the MDMK when it becomes vacant. Stalin told reporters the DMK will contest 20 Lok Sabha seats, leaving the remaining 20 constituencies in the state and neighbouring Puducherry to its coalition partners. A survey has found that 96.5% of households in rural India have access to a toilet. Drinking Water and Sanitation Ministry in a release said the National Annual Rural Sanitation Survey 2018-19 was conducted by an independent verification agency under the World Bank support project to the Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin. The survey also reconfirmed the open defecation-free ODF status of over 90% of villages, which were previously declared and verified as ODF by various districts and states. 49-day-long Kumbh Mela, the biggest religious congregation on the earth, formally concluded at Prayagraj today. Chief Minister of the state, Yogi Adityanath, attended the closing ceremony and honoured saints and seers. He announced 1 month's extra salary for all government officers and workers associated with the Kumbh and presented Kumbh Seva medals to police personnel during the closing ceremony. More from our correspondent.
Branded as Divya Kumbh, Bhavya Kumbh, the Mela concluded with a grand cultural performance today evening by various artists who showcased the cultural diversity of India. On this occasion, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath gave away awards to the officers, police personnel and sanitation workers who were part of the arrangements. Later, talking to media person, CM Yogi Adityanath said that Kumbh was inaugurated by PM Modi with Ganga Aarti and President of India Ramnath Kovind, ambassadors of 70 countries, citizens from 193 countries, visited the Mela. More than 24 crore devotees took holy dip in the Kumbh 2019. 3 Guinness World Records were made during the Kumbh and more than 20,000 security personnel were deployed for the arrangements. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Prayagraj.
You are listening to the news at 9 on All India Radio.
वायु प्रदूषण की वजह से आज हम जिस हवा में सांस ले रहे हैं, वो दिन प्रतिदिन जानलेवा होती जा रही है। अस्थमा जैसी बीमारियां बढ़ रही हैं। इस स्थिति को रोकने के लिए हमें आपका डोनेशन चाहिए। डोनेशन देने के लिए रेड लाइट पर अपनी कार बंद कर दें।
आपका ये छोटा सा डोनेशन है पर्यावरण में बड़ा योगदान, और यही है आपका ग्रीन गुड डीड। ग्रीन गुड डीड्स मतलब कुछ हरे भरे काम अपनी धरती के नाम। पर्यावरण, वन एवं जलवायु परिवर्तन मंत्रालय द्वारा पर्यावरण हित में जारी।
In cricket, Australia were 230 for 8 in 47.4 overs against India in a tense chase of the 251-run target in the second ODI at Nagpur when reports last came in. Kuldeep Yadav scalped 3 wickets, while Bumrah, Jadeja and Jadhan claimed 1 each. Earlier put into bat, India were all out for 250. With a brilliant 116, skipper Virat Kohli scored his 40th century in ODIs. Vijay Shankar contributed 46. Rohit Sharma and Mahendra Singh Dhoni failed to open their account. Pat Cummins claimed 4 Indian wickets, while A. Zumpa scalped 2. India lead the 5-match ODI series 1-0. The third ODI will be played in Ranchi on Friday. Chinese Premier Li Keqiang has expressed concern that the country will face a graver and more complicated environment to development amid an ongoing trade war with the US and continued economic slowdown. The world's second-largest economy today slashed its GDP target to 6 to 6.5% this year. The lowered growth rate was proposed by Premier Li in the work report for this year at the annual session of China's Parliament, the National People's Congress. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hits out at opposition for raising questions on airstrike in Balakot. Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan Yojana to provide 3,000 rupees monthly pension to workers of unorganized sector launched. In Jammu and Kashmir, all political parties favour election to the State Assembly together with the Lok Sabha, says Election Commission. Over 96% rural households have access to toilets, reports an independent agency. 49-day-long Kumbh Mela in Prayagraj concludes. Over 24 crore devotees took holy dip. And in cricket, chasing a victory target of 251, Australia were 231 for 8 against India in second ODI at Nagpur a short while ago. And with that, we end the news at 9. Good night.